We're now living in a world where our retro gaming memories are being shrunk down, especially when it comes to arcade gaming. However, Numskull Designs have rewritten the rulebook and now it's all about accuracy, detail in the design. This accuracy comes at a price. Yes, this unit costs £150 and for that kind of money we expect a flawless product. Sadly, our retail unit is not flawless. It has 2 dents on the woodwork, which we can't help feel is disappointing for such an expensive piece. Another flaw that is bugging us are the screw holes on the side of the unit, which are slightly raised and are poking through the rather slick artwork. Despite those flaws, it still has to be said it is a very impressive looking piece of kit. It really does look the part. The artwork is faithfully reproduced. Even the texture on the control panel is there, as you can see. But how does it play with that tiny little joystick? Well, you press the button on the front to coin up and off you go. As you will see, you start off with 5 lives, which is unlike the arcade original. And sadly, you have no access to any options. There are no dip switch settings on this device. So you can't change the number of lives or the difficulty setting. No options whatsoever, which we feel is a bit of a shame considering the price. And after all, it is just Pac-Man. As great a game Pac-Man is, does it warrant £150 being spent on a miniature version of the game? Well, that decision is entirely up to you. It does play the game really well. It is the arcade game, it's the arcade ROM, albeit with 5 lives. We couldn't help but feel that the sound was slightly off. Maybe playing a little bit slower, or maybe it's just the speaker that's on the unit because of the size of it. Obviously it is a bit small, so it sounds a little bit tinny. But it does play really well. A 4-way joystick is what the game demands, and that's what you've got here. And it controls absolutely superb. It's worth noting that the aspect ratio problems that plagued the preview units has been solved. All the pixels are the correct size no matter what side of the screen you're looking at. And it has to be said that the screen does look really nice. Yes, sometimes when you view it from certain angles you're going to get a bit of colour fade, but it's not a CRT screen and you can't really expect a CRT screen for a modern day unit. One thing we really do need to highlight though is how this thing came out of the box. Yes, sadly the coin door was hanging by a wire. When the unit is boxed, it has polystyrene at the bottom and of the top of the arcade cabinet, but sadly the middle is unprotected. And I guess while it's being bounced about on pallets and delivered by your postman, there is a chance that the coin door can pop out. Luckily, it didn't cause any damage and the button still worked. But it's worth noting, and it's something we feel you should know about. So here's some more gameplay from a slightly different angle. And it does play really well. If you're a big fan of arcade games, then this is a bit of a must. And if you're a fan of Pac-Man, obviously, we do recommend it. However, it is really expensive. If you can justify £150 on the unit, by all means go for it. However, if you're a bit tight for cash this year, maybe just buy a tiny arcade unit by impulse. Anyway, until next time, stay tuned to Retro Asylum and please be sure to subscribe to our podcast.